How's it going everyone? Chris here with the first episode of my Call of Duty Arsenal new series. In this series we're going to take a look at the best weapons of Call of Duty, going right through from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare 2 and even including a little bit of Black Ops. Like I said, we're going to look at the best weapons, the favourites amongst the community, and in this first episode we're going to go back to Call of Duty 4 to take a look at one of my favourite weapons throughout the whole Call of Duty series of titles, which is the MP5, which is a submachine gun in Call of Duty 4, and it's unlocked at level 1, so it's one that you get to play with right at the start of the game. And the real life alternative is the Heckler & Koch MP5A5, which is used by the SAS amongst many other military and police forces around the world. The main features of the real life MP5 are its generally light construction. It's very easy to carry around and you know, storm into buildings, which is why it's used by the SAS. It's got a very low recoil with a high fire rate, which is quite unusual with weapons. Usually get quite a bit of recoil with the higher fire rate weapons, in that the weapon doesn't have time to center back on target. And the version we see in game is the one with the cool telescopic stock, as opposed to the solid stock, which is coming back in Modern Warfare 3. It's the longer barreled version that we see in Call of Duty 4, not the shorter barreled MP5K, which we have in Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. So first up, let's take a look at the damage figures. We get the MP5 with the damage figures at 40-20. That's 40 up close, dropping off to 20 at long range. Typical submachine gun stats. This makes it 3-shot kill up close, dropping off to 5-shot kill at distance. If you manage to get a headshot in there, you manage to get a kill with 2 shots to the head or 4 shots to the body. Recoil wise, the MP5 has a very fast sensor speed of 1700, and the recoil stats mean the recoil tends to jump to the upwards to right direction. This high sensor speed just does really help keep the recoil in check, so it's not one of the weapons with the most prominent recoil. The MP5's got a pretty fast rate of fire, 800 RPM or rounds per minute. That's faster than your usual assault rifle fire rate, but is a little bit slower than some of the other SMGs. Reload time's pretty fast at 2.3 seconds or 3.3 seconds from empty, and the MP5 in Call of Duty 4 has a typical 30 round magazine size. So the MP5 from Call of Duty 4 is always one of those weapons at the top of people's list as their favourite weapons of Call of Duty. It's definitely one of my favourites from the game and from the whole series of Call of Duties. It's great just to be able to run around with an SMG in Call of Duty games, because you get that fast movement speed, and with the MP5 you get that high damage of 40-20, which means it can take people out very quick, especially when you consider equipping stopping power, which is available in Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. So stopping power essentially just drops the shots to kill down by 1 by increasing the damage. So I mean, that's looking at a 2-shot kill up close, which really does speed up your gameplay, and with it being an SMG, you just kind of run around like a madman and can take people out from pretty close range. It just generally just makes such fun gameplay. Then there's obviously the look of the weapon, and the iron sights. They're both pretty cool. The iron sights are easy to use, so you don't necessarily need a sight. One of my favourite attachments, which we'll talk about in just a while, is the silencer, which really just does make the MP5 sound great in Call of Duty 4. So let's move on to recommended perks for using the MP5 in Call of Duty 4. Now, first up, out of all the first tier perks, you might consider things like the RPGs or the triple grenades, but one of my favourites is the special grenades ×3. This allows you to get 3 extra stun or flash grenades depending on what you've equipped as part of your loadout. I think this really does go with the whole run and gun gameplay with the MP5, because you can obviously just toss your flash or stun grenades out just to slow people down, to allow you to get into closer range to make the most of that high power up close with the submachine guns. Second up, a good old perk for Call of Duty 4 and even Modern Warfare 2 is stopping power. This increases the weapon's power by 40%, and like we mentioned, it drops the shots to kill down by 1, making it much faster to take people out. So it generally just like speeds up your gameplay overall, and it makes it much easier to get those double or triple kills, and that you can take people out much quicker with less bullets, and then move on to the next person. So you can easily get 4 or 5 kills from any one magazine. And third up, we mentioned about the whole run and gun gameplay, so the third perk we're going to choose is Extreme Conditioning, which is essentially the marathon perks from the later Call of Duties. In Call of Duty 4 this doubles your sprint distance, so you don't get the unlimited sprint like you get in Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, but it does help you make your way around the map and get into the enemy spawn area and get to those key locations, combined with that faster movement speed of the SMG. So in Call of Duty 4 you only get a few options of attachments, including red dot sights, an ACOG sight and silencer. My preference definitely goes with the silencer because it prevents you from appearing on the radar as a little red dot on the minimap, and it reduces the muzzle flash of the weapon, so it makes it a lot easier to find and keep on targets, whereas otherwise you'd have the flashing inferno from the end of the barrel. The main disadvantage of the silencer is obviously that damage drop off that's brought a lot closer, so you're looking at that 5 shots to kill at much closer ranges than you would otherwise, but I think the benefits definitely do outweigh the disadvantages, especially when you consider that awesome sound you get from the MP5 with a silencer attached. So in these guides I'm also going to give recommendations on one piece of equipment that you might want to consider for whichever weapon, and in the case of the MP5, the piece of equipment you might want to consider when using the MP5 in Call of Duty 4 is the M9 pistol. The reason for this is the M9 and the MP5 both use the same ammunition, therefore you increase your overall ammo loadout, so that kind of mitigates the need to run the bandolier perk, and that you've already got increased ammo supply than you would without it. So bandolier is obviously like the scavenger perk, and it just gives you a few extra mags. So using the M9 pistol with the MP5 just frees up that first perk slot. So that's the MP5 from Call of Duty 4, definitely up there as one of the great weapons out of all the Call of Duty series of games. Like I mentioned, it's got that high power and the fast movement speed you get from a submachine gun. It's got pretty low recoil stats while keeping a pretty fast fire rate, so really is quite a deadly weapon all around, which is why it's so popular. Being one of my favourite weapons from all Call of Duty games, I definitely can't wait to see it return in Modern Warfare 3. We've seen the leaked photos of it with the solid stock, so it's not got that cool telescopic stock, but hopefully we'll have the same sound effects, especially with the silencer attached, which is what I love. And we've obviously got those easy to use iron sights. So that's it for the first episode of my Call of Duty Arsenal series. If you enjoyed it, please drop me a thumbs up, it'd be very much appreciated just to help these new videos get seen. Subscribe if you like the idea and you want to stick around for more if this is the first one you've seen. Drop me a comment below if you want to drop me some ideas of what weapons to cover in future episodes. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you all later.